using our red, black, chrome gold, and our white balloons. Now I'm gonna be doing a half arch here, which means I don't need all of these balloons. I'm gonna use about half. Let me show you exactly how I do it. My name's Kaylee with Pop Pop Balloon. Let's get into it. So whenever I'm doing an arched board garland, I like to do this in 2 sections. I'm going to do my base, that way it's thicker, and then I'm going to do the garland that goes up the side. I'm going to be using my preferred technique, which is the neck tying technique, to actually put the garland together. I absolutely love this because you don't need any other supplies. All you need are the balloons that you already have, and this is where professional balloons really come in handy because the necks on these are so stretchy and they're strong, so you can really pull on these and they're not going to snap on you. When I'm creating my garlands, the way I like to do is create the base first and then go back and fluff. When I'm doing the base, I like to just stick with quads. I know a lot of people will go into like a clump, which is 6 balloons, but I found that just staying with your quads, which is 4 balloons, it's just fine, and you don't end up wasting balloons that just kind of get stuck in the back. So here are the quads I'm going to be creating. You're gonna see my small quad over here. This is made of all 5-inch. My medium quad over here. Now this is made of 12-inch, but blown up halfway. This is my large quad. These are my 12-inch blown up fully, and this is my 18-inch quad, and it has 3 12-inch blown up all the way and an 18-inch. Now I'm also going to be doing my medium fluff in this. This is 2 of my 12-inch blown up halfway and 4 of my 5-inch. Since I'm not really worried about the length, I've got plenty of balloons, I'm going to add this fluff in along with my small quad here. Make a quad, we're going to blow up 2 of our balloons and tie them together. Repeat that and twist them together. So we're gonna blow them up all the way so they look kind of like a light bulb. We're gonna let some air out. This rounds our balloons out for us. We're going to cross our arms, wrap it around, and then tie a knot. And that gives us a pair. We're going to do this again and twist them together. Here's our 2 pairs, twist them. That's how we make a quad. That's how you're gonna make every single quad that's up here. When you're making the medium fluff, you're going to do your quad and your 5-inch. You're going to do a pair of your 12-inch blown up halfway, and then you're simply going to twist one of these around, and it will sit just like that.
I'm going to go ahead and get all my balloons blown up. If you want to see the amounts again, go ahead and pause and scroll back so you can see exactly how many of each I do. Once those are done, we're going to start with the first section, which is going to be the bottom base of our balloon garland.
You're going to take 18-inch quad, large, large, and then 18 again. And the way we're going to attach these together is by doing the neck tying method. So you're going to do this basically the same way you tie 2 balloons together. So just imagine these are just 2 single balloons. You're gonna cross your arms like we did before. Now, usually you would wrap it all the way around one of the balloons, but since these are so big, the way to do this is you just take this, you go around the neck, and then you tie it. And that's how these get snug in. As you can see, it just pulls right in. It's perfect for making garlands. I'm gonna tie my next large quad to the other large quad, add my other 18-inch quad in. Now I'm not quite done with my base. I am going to add another 18-inch quad that sits right in the middle and a medium quad that comes off of that, and that is how I'm going to create this whole base. So I'm going to find the middle here. So I'm going to take the neck that I've already tied. This is why stretchy necks are amazing. And I'm going to tie this one onto it now, and it will sit right in the middle. There we go. I'm going to take my medium and put it right on top of my 18-inch quad. And I can play with this once it's up, but this gives us our base to just work with, and I can just set this aside. I'm gonna go ahead and get the garlands going to be running up finished as well. For the rest of the garland, I'm going to be going back and forth with my 18-inch quads and then a medium quad. So I'll tie these 2 together, and then I'm gonna do another 18-inch, another medium, and I'm going to slowly taper it off as I get to the top with my 5-inch mini fluff. I'm going to add my white 18-inch, white medium, red 18-inch, red medium, my black 18-inch, black medium, and now I'm towards the top and I want it to taper off. So instead of adding an 18-inch, I'm going to add another medium quad, and then I'm going to add a mini fluff quad. And here's what the garland that's going to be running down the side looks like. Let's start to get this attached. So to attach these to my backdrop when I'm using foam backdrops, I like to use these little binder clips. I found these work really nice because they don't damage your board. I have maybe like a tiny little indent, but not much. And they've been working well. So I've got a rubber band and I've got a little binder clip. You see I have them clipped on the side here, and I'm just gonna pull the rubber band around my garland. I'm gonna start with the base that I made. I'm going to set it over here, find the spot that I like, and then I'm gonna take my rubber band and I'm just gonna pull it over it. And another tip, I like to make sure this is attached to the ground, so I'll either use a clear hook or you can take and blow up two water balloons. I'm gonna make them into a quad just like I would if they were regular balloons, and then I'm going to place that inside and it'll keep it like stuck down and in place a little better. There we go. Now I'm going to add my climbing garland up the side.
When you're attaching this, don't get too hung up on how it looks right away. As you see, I'm going to go through and move all these balloons around and just kind of get the shape that I want, because it usually does not come together right away. I'm going to take a rubber band and I'm going to attach that top section to my bottom section using that rubber band. You can also use a 260 or a monoline if that makes you feel a little more comfortable. After that's attached, I'm going to continue to move this around until I get that shape that I want.
So now that our base is up, I'm going to go back through and I'm going to add in our fluff, and I'm going to add our mini fluff. I'm going to add our medium fluff that has the 2 12-inch and the 5-inch. And to do this, I like to use rubber bands. All you got to do is go over one of the balloons and then you can just attach it directly in. Okay guys, here is the finished look. That is all we had to do. Now, I want to make sure you guys understand, when it comes to fluffing, you do not need to go crazy with fluff. All you need are enough to give you 3 different sizes. That's what really makes that organic look. And so I know in the beginning we all like go crazy on fluff. We're just doing the most. You don't need to do that. All you need to do is about have like 1 fluff per color blocking. So I just have this one here. Now this one did have the medium. I have just one. This is just the mini fluff here. And that's all it needs. Like I said before, this was 4 bags, so I have plenty of balloons left over to make like a full nother garland. 4 bags is going to get you like all the way around this board. I hope that was helpful for you guys. I'll see you in the next one.